There is a woman on your feed right now blending something called a cortisol cocktail. Dead serious that this will fix your adrenal glands. If you have a puffy face, stubborn belly weight, feel completely exhausted, yet wired at 11 p.m., you are the exact target audience. The wellness industry has a very specific pitch for these symptoms. You are stressed, which means your cortisol is high, and that high cortisol is quietly wrecking your hormones. The proposed fix is almost always a $50 supplement powder. The physical symptoms you are experiencing are completely real. The exhaustion is real. The brain fog is real. But the underlying condition you are supposedly treating, adrenal fatigue, is a medical fiction. Here is a statistic for you. According to a study I recently conducted from my couch at midnight, 100% of people who think their cortisol is high are also holding an iced oat milk latte at the time. That is not peer-reviewed. I entirely made that up. Here is the actual peer-reviewed consensus. Endocrinologists consider adrenal fatigue an illogical and illegitimate diagnosis with zero scientific basis. The Endocrine Society firmly agrees that it is not a recognized medical condition. Experts point out that there is no biological mechanism by which your adrenal glands simply stop producing cortisol because you are stressed. Your adrenal glands do not act like a frozen Wi-Fi router that needs to be unplugged and reset. Instead, they act like that one coworker who says, "I've got it," works straight through lunch, stays past 6, and comes in on Saturday. Under chronic stress, your adrenal glands are severely overworked. They are not broken. Because the broken adrenal theory is physiologically false, trying to treat it with an expensive detox powder is the wrong solution to a very real problem. Decades of research show that cortisol is not a static villain sitting at a constantly high level. It is a hormone designed to move on a strict daily schedule. This 24-hour line graph shows how that schedule actually works. Immediately after you open your eyes, your baseline cortisol spikes sharply by roughly 50 to 60%. Researchers call this the cortisol awakening response. After that initial morning peak, the hormone steadily declines throughout the rest of the day, finally reaching its quietest, lowest point right around your bedtime. That massive morning surge is not a malfunction. It is cortisol doing its exact job, acting as a built-in biological alarm clock to make you alert and mobilized for the day. When researchers look at chronic stress, they do not see a body running out of cortisol. They see a 24-hour cycle that flattens out and loses its natural shape entirely. The morning peak vanishes, and the nighttime low stays elevated. A flat curve explains exactly why you feel hit by a truck at 7 a.m., why you need immediate caffeine to function, why your energy crashes hard at 3 p.m., and why you are staring at your ceiling completely wired at midnight. Your systemic exhaustion is caused by a nervous system that no longer knows what time it is. The biological goal is to reshape your daily curve, not to lower a static number. Reshaping that daily curve requires a small number of specific, boring, and completely free behavioral inputs done at exact times of the day. First, get outside into natural light within the first hour of waking up for 5 to 10 minutes. Natural daylight hitting your eyes is the strongest known signal to anchor your morning cortisol surge. Second, pick a wake-up time and hold it within a strict 60-minute window every single day, including weekends. A drifting wake-up time guarantees a flat morning curve because your body stops knowing when to trigger the alarm. Third, start dimming your lights and turning off screens 60 to 90 minutes before your target bedtime. This protects the lowest point of your cortisol cycle, so your brain actually has somewhere quiet to land at night. Notice that none of these tactics detox your cortisol. They simply communicate the correct time of day to your nervous system. If you want to spend money to automate these habits, the correct category to invest in is light therapy, not powdered supplements. Sunrise simulation alarm clocks, like the Philips Smart Sleep or the premium Lumi Body Clock Luxe, mimic dawn and dusk in your bedroom to help regulate that cycle automatically. The protocol is straightforward. Set the sunrise function 20 to 30 minutes before you plan to wake up, and initiate the sunset dimming function 30 to 60 minutes before bed. If you want one supplement that actually has real documented research supporting an evening wind-down, magnesium glycinate is the evidence-backed option. These tools are a starting point. If your exhaustion and brain fog are completely immovable after fixing your schedule, that warrants a conversation with a real doctor. You cannot fix a flattened biological rhythm with a drink you have once on camera for the algorithm. True vitality comes from ditching the internet cocktails and committing to your own biological clock.